In this week's Parshat, Noach is informed that due to the corrupt behavior of his generation, Hashem is bringing a flood to wipe most of it out. And he's directed to build this huge Tava to save himself, his family, and many of the animals. And we're told the exact dimensions. It needs to be 300 by 50 by 30. It has to have a tzoya, it needs to have a skylight or some kind of sparkling jewel to provide illumination. Now the word Tava means a box. Why did the Torah specifically choose to use the word Tava? It could have chosen to use a word like Onia or Sfina, which is more famously used as a boat. Why would it use the word Tava, which means a box? And why do we need to know the dimensions? Why is this important to us? What does this mean for our lives? The Koznitzer Maggid in Avodas Yisrael tells us that all of this has a much deeper meaning that can have real relevance in our lives. He explains, Tava can also mean a word. And just like a box has no meaning but what it's carrying, what it's containing, so too, Tava, a word, is conveying a message. It has a deeper meaning. If you look at the dimensions that the Torah said the Tava needs to be, 30 by 300 by 50, the gematria of those numbers is Lamed, Shin, Nun, Loshen. Says the Avodas Yisrael, a tongue. Because a tongue formulates words. And the Torah this week is hinting to us that when you formulate words, when you speak, when you use your lashon, your tongue, make sure there's a tzoya. Make sure there's an illuminating light. Make sure you're lighting up other people. Our story begins when Shlomo was only 8 years old and he was diagnosed, Rahman al-Islam, with cancer. And it was a terrible, bitter prognosis, but he fought back. Day after day, he fought and battled the illness, and he made it till he got to Bar Mitzvah. And he kept on fighting. He combated his illness with resilience, and he even got married. At the age of 30, when he was finally told he's in remission, he's now clear, he was told by his Rebbeim to make a Sudas Haidah, to make a Suda to thank the Rabbeinu Shalom and those that helped him along the way for everything that he went through. And he did so. And he got up to speak at the age of 30, thanking, of course, the Rabbeinu Shalom, his wife, and many others. And then he said, I'd like to thank a specific doctor, not for the medication that he gave me, but for something else. One day, he said, when things were looking really bad, when life was really tough, and things were just going in the wrong direction, I overheard this doctor talking. He was outside my room, and he said, that boy, he's gonna make it. He's strong. He's gonna come out healthy. And when I heard that, even though I knew what I was going through, but when I heard that the doctor had faith in me and he was positive, I said, that's it. That gave me the koyach to fight, and that got me to where I am today. And I want to thank him. All of a sudden, the doctor said, I'd also like to speak. It was unscheduled, but they said, sure, no problem. He got up and he spoke and he said, Shlomo, I want to tell you, I wasn't even talking about you. I was actually talking about a different boy that was in the next bed. But you heard those words and they penetrated. And the lesson you taught me was how careful we have to be with how we speak, because we have the ability to lift people up. We have the ability to help people fight whatever it is that they're going through. And that's a wonderful gift. And that is what the Torah is telling us in this week's parasha. The dimensions of the Tava, a word, hint to us in our own lives. When we open up our mouths and we use our lashon, we use our tongue, make sure there's a tzaya. Make sure there's an illuminating light that can light up other people's lives. Have an amazing Shabbos.
To listen to more by Rabbi Avi Wiesenfeld, visit